Okay, so today we're going to review 11.9 and also talk about sample test chapter 11. So let's see here. So today, what did I say? Review. Yeah, this is 11.9 and sample test chapter 11. And then if we have time, then we will continue with something else. This, you see this pen is not too good, right? Yeah. That's why I always use the notes. Yeah. All right. So let's share the desktop, but let's review. Okay. All right. So review 11.9. So you see this is a lot better. So review 11.9 and sample test chapter 11. All right. So practically 11.9, there are a few things. The first one is quadratic inequality. Where are the other students? And also you have polynomial inequality, and you also have rational inequalities. So example of quadratic inequalities is, maybe I should just use the book. Let's see here. All right. So for example, you have something like this. X squared, or let me give you something which is you have to factor out using the AC method. Chapter 5, let's see. Should we just go over the sample test, you think, on 11.9? Okay, okay, yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Collection, Math 125, Chapter 11, okay. Okay, so here, this is number 13, yeah. Sample test number 13. So we have x squared plus 5x is greater than or equal to negative 6. And what are we supposed to do with this? So we have to have 0 on one side, so how? Yes, so number 16. Oh, number 13. Yeah. So x squared plus 5x is plus 6 is greater than or equal to 0. So we know that we want positive, or do we want negative? Positive. We need positive values. So need positive value. And in this case, it also includes the 0, but the 0 is just going to be closed or open circle, but we need positive values, right? Now, replace by equal sign. Replace the inequality sign by equal sign. By an equal sign. So we have x squared plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. Can we solve this? Is it factorable? What is it? Yes, x plus 3, x plus 2 is equal to 0. Yes, so what is x equal to? Negative 3, or x is equal to negative 2, right? Okay, good. So what am I going to do with these two numbers? We're going to graph it on the number line. Yes, negative 3 and negative 2. Are they open or closed? Closed. So this is negative 3 and this is negative 2. So these two are the x-intercepts of your parabola. So this is just a side note. So you have the x-intercepts of your parabola, which is f of x is equal to x squared plus 5x plus 6. So this is just your note. Yeah, so you have two intercepts of parabola. So when you set equal to 0, we're solving for the x-intercepts. Now, if we look at the parabola, this is the f of x equals to x squared plus 5x plus 6. Does the parabola open up or open down? Open up? Yes. Good. So that's generally how it looks. Now, I am going to assign some plus or minus based on the location of the graph. So this is above the x-axis. So what happens here? Plus or minus? Plus. And what about here? Below is minus. And what about here? Positive. Yes, positive and negative. Now, which values do we need? The positive or the negative? The positive. How do we know? How do you know we need positive values? Because it says here we need something that is greater than 0. So my solution would be what? Negative infinity to negative 3 bracket, right? Union.
Bracket
Yes. Yes, that's right. Yeah. Okay. So this is quadratic inequalities. Yeah. So there is something that says polynomial inequalities, just like there's a polynomial inequality. So let me pull it up from here, or actually I could just make it up. So the second one is polynomial inequality. Now, why is this so easy? Because we know the graph of a quadratic function. The graph is shaped as a parabola. But for example, if I have something like this, x plus 1, so this is, I made it up, x plus 1, 2x minus 3, 5x plus 2 is less than 0. So this is called polynomial inequality, and this is not quadratic. So this is cubic polynomial, right? Because you have x times 2x times 5x. This is actually a cubic polynomial. Yeah. Now, first of all, do we want positive or negative? Negative. So this, we need negative values. All right. Now, how do we solve it next? What would you do? What would you do? What would you do to solve it? This one, I cannot leave it in this form here. Yeah, so you have to have what? Equals 0, yes. So you have x plus 1, 2x minus 3, times 5x plus 2, 5x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now, how do we solve it? What is x here? X is negative 1, or 2x is 3, which means x is 3 over 2, or 5x is equal to negative 2, or x is equal to negative 2/5. All right. Okay. Good. Now, what am I going to do with all my solutions? We draw it on the number line. So it's the same thing. We draw on the number line. So negative 1, close or open? Open. Everything is open here. Negative 1, negative 2 over 5, and 3 over 2. They're all open. And do we know why the circles are open? Yes. So because I don't have an equal sign here. Right? Good. Now, usually what we want to do, ideally, is be able to graph. But do we know how to graph a cubic polynomial? No, we haven't learned it yet. So this is when we want to find sign. We will use the sign diagram. Yeah. So in order to determine the sign plus or minus or positive or negative, I need to do the sign diagram for this. Why? Because I cannot graph. If I know the graph, I would just graph it. But look at this. This is not a parabola, right? This is a cubic polynomial. So not a parabola, and that's why I don't know how to graph. When you get to math 260, you do, but right now you don't. So we will need what is called the sign diagram. Okay. So how many intervals do we have? How many intervals here? 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 different intervals. So I am going to do interval, and then I need to choose a test point on each interval. Why do I need a test point? Because I don't know how the graph looks. And then I want to know the sign. All right. And I actually have a shortcut that I could tell you. What would the shortcut be? Did Dr. K mention about the shortcut? No? Okay. So the shortcut on the sign is, so you have interval 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes? So the shortcut would be, so shortcut is the signs will always alternate. So what do I mean by alternate? Plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus. Or minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. When? When there is no expression raised to the even power. So the signs will always alternate when no expression is raised to an even power. Okay, so no expression is raised to even power. What do I mean? So if your equation is x plus 1 squared times 2x minus 3 times 5x plus 2 greater than 0, you cannot use this shortcut. So it will not alternate. Yes? So what I mean was, if I have this, the signs will not alternate. So you need to check each one of them. Because x plus 1 is raised to an even power. Alright, so it doesn't work if I have a square here, or a square anywhere, or a 4th power. What about if it is cubed? It doesn't matter. It still alternates. Yeah? So this is sign of, when I say sign of what? Sign of x plus 1 to x minus 3 times 5x plus 2. All right. Okay, are we okay so far? All right. Now, do you think the signs here will alternate or not? Yes. Why would the sign be alternating plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus? There's no expression raised to even power. You're right. So I know the signs will alternate. Now, what is the easiest number that you can pick? 0. Okay. So where is 0 located? Is it in interval 1 or 2 or 3? 3? Okay. So I'm going to put a 0 here for my test point. And on my 3rd interval. And I'm going to write it on my 3rd interval. Right? 0. Now, I'm going to substitute here. 0 plus 1. 0 plus 1 is what? Positive or negative? Positive. So, or if you want, you can write down 1. What is it? 0 plus 1 is 1. 2x minus 3 is negative 3. 5x plus 2 is 2. So is this positive or negative? Negative. Okay, right? I don't even care the value. I just want to know the sign. Yeah. So when the interval 3 is negative, then I'm going to say, oh, this is negative. What about interval 2? Positive. What about interval 1? Negative. What about interval 4? Positive. That's it. I was using my shortcut. Yeah. Now, which one do we want? What is the solution? Do we want positive or do we want negative? Positive? No, we need negative. We need something that is less than 0. So you look at this in the beginning. So we need something that is less than 0. So which interval do we choose? 1 and 3. So how do I write that? Negative infinity to negative 1, bracket or parentheses? Parentheses, union, negative 2/5 to 3/2. Yes, that's it. So is it clear? So why do we need the sign diagram? Because I do not know how to graph. What about if I know the graph? Like this, I know the graph. F of x equals to x squared plus 5x plus 6. Do I need this? No, I don't. I could just graph it. And based on my graph, I could say, oh, this is positive, this is negative, this is positive. Yeah, but this one, do I know the graph? No, I don't. That's why I need this. Is it clear when we need the graph and when we don't need the graph? Okay, is it clear when we can use the shortcut, which is alternating sign, or when we cannot use the shortcut? Okay, good. So you have question now? Let me answer your questions now. Oh, let's do one rational, and then I'll answer your question, okay? And then we will look at the sample test also. So I hope it's clear. Did Dr. K teach you like this? So what did he do? Huh? Say it again? Yeah, I did test point too here. So interval and then this test point. Oh, so a little bit different? Okay. Huh? He would include the 0? Oh, on the test point. Oh, okay. But what he probably did was choose a test point on the first one and choose the test point on the second one and the third one and the fourth one, right? We could do that. Do you want to do that? Okay, but we don't have to because we have a shortcut, right? On some problems, if these were my problem, if I do have this, then I have to do for each one of them. So if this were my problem, if this were x plus 1 squared, then I would have to do it for each one of them. Yeah? So we're just lucky because we could use the shortcut, but it's not all the time. If I have these, then I can't use the shortcut. Okay? Yes. So now let's do a rational inequality. All right. So C, rational inequality, and then I will tell you which one is easy and which one is not easy. Yeah. So I will just choose the problem from the sample test. All right. So there were 2, right? Let me see. Okay. So number 14. Okay. So 2y plus 11 divided by y minus 5 is less than or equal to 0. Now, I'm going to remind you, this is the easiest step, but some people forgot. Easiest step that people forgot. I'm even going to write it. So don't forget it tomorrow. Okay. Now look at this. This is a rational inequality. And the easiest step that people forgot is excluding the 0. on the denominator. Can you have denominator equal 0? No. So first of all, what the first step, what you need to do is you set the denominator equals to 0. That's what you need to do, right? Okay, so if denominator equal to 0, what is y equal to? 5, yes. What am I supposed to do with 5? I have to exclude 5. How? You draw an open circle. So use open circle. So at 5, you're going to exclude it. The way to do it is to use open circle. That's how you exclude things. Yeah. All right. The second step is replace inequality. So same as before. So replace the inequality sign by equal sign and solve. So if I replace it by equal sign, then I have 2y plus 11 over y minus 5 is equal to 0. All right, what would you do here? What would you do here to solve it? What would you do? Can you solve it? What would you do? Come on, you know this. You cross multiply, or what would you do? You multiply both sides by? Okay, so multiply both sides by y minus 5, or you could say, oh, I'm just going to cross multiply by. So what do you have? 2y plus 11 equals to 0. Yeah, right? 0 times y minus 5 is just 0. Now, can you solve for y? 2y is negative 11. So what is y? Yes. All right. So now, do I have x to exclude the y equals negative 11 over 2? No. Yeah. Now I'm done. I just have to graph them on my number line. Okay. So 5, is it open or closed? Open. Why is it open? Yes. Yeah. So 5, I have to have it open. Why? Because I'm excluding it. How about negative 11 over 2? Closed. Why is it closed? Less than or equal to 0. So be careful. I'm excluding 5. That's why it's open. Yeah. All right. Now, I was going to graph these, and am I going to graph a parabola? No. Why not? Is this a square? No, this is not a quadratic function. So do I know the graph? No. So this is when we use the interval again, right? So interval, and then test point, and then the next one is the question is 2y plus 11 over y minus 5 less than or equal to 0. Yes or no? So this is a yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Yeah. Now, how many intervals do we have? 3. So let's label the intervals. 1, 2, 3. All right. So I have 3 intervals. Now, the next thing is, let's see. Do you think I could use my shortcut or not? Can I use shortcut? Yes. So I'm going to use my shortcut, right? How do you know that I could use my shortcut? Nothing raised to an even power. None of the expressions are raised to even power. So I'm going to use my shortcut. Yes. Again, what number is easiest to use? 0. Okay. Where is 0 located? Okay, so I'm going to put 0 here, test point 0 on interval 2. Right? Now, the next question is, I'm going to substitute here. What is 0 plus 11? 11 over negative 5 less than or equal to 0. What is my answer? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, good. Yes? Okay. So then, which one get a yes? Which interval? The middle one. So this is yes. Well, then, will it alternate? Then I know what the other one is then. The first one will be a yes or a no? No. And what about the third one? No. No. So which one is your solution? The second interval, which is negative 11 over 2, comma, 5. Yes. This is parentheses. The last one is parentheses. Yay! I'm using shortcut. So shortcut is used. A shortcut can be used. Is it easy? Better?
Yeah.
Better? You need to do one more on number 15 or no? Do one more, number 15? Okay. All right. Oh, what is this? Okay. So next one, we will do number 15. Let's see the problem again. Okay. So tomorrow you don't have to bring Scantron. Yeah. Yeah, you don't have a Scantron. What else do I want to say? The last day to drop with a W is when? Sunday. Yeah. So did I calculate your average and then tell you?
No.
Okay. So the last what's the percentage to get a C? 65. Yeah. So if your percentage is 40%, what will I say? Yeah, it's probably better that you drop the class. Yeah. Why? Because if you don't drop, what happens? You might end up with B's or F's. Yeah. And that's bad. That's worse compared to what? W. Yeah. Okay. So you have to look at your percentage. Let me calculate again. In this case, I will include the extra credit. So remember, the homework is multiplied by 1.1, and the quizzes are multiplied by 1.2. Remember that? Okay, so I haven't done that when I calculated your average. So I'm going to do it, yeah, and let you know tomorrow, okay? So anyway, what homework will be closed on Wednesday? I didn't close it last night, but I will close everything on Wednesday. What would that be? All the way up to 12 point. Oh no, we finished 12.4, didn't we? Yeah. So I'm going to close 12.4 tomorrow, Wednesday night. Yeah, up to 12.4. Okay. Yeah. So Victor, what you doing? Calculator? Okay, good. So the next one was number 15. Yeah. Let's see. So let's try if you guys could do it. What about this? 4x divided by negative 3x plus 4 is greater than or equal to 6. All right. So tomorrow everybody will bring a scientific, right? Okay. I only have one calculator that I could lend you. So if 2 people don't have it, then I could only lend to one. Yeah. Now, what is the easiest step that you always forget? Well, I mean, you'll remember this time, but what would you do? Not yet. The easiest one. No. The easiest one. Denominator equals to 0. Yes. So that's the easiest one. Remember? Okay. So I'm going to give you a clue tomorrow. Oh, the easiest step, then you'll remember what it is, right? Because even though, I mean, it's easy, then people usually don't remember. Denominator equal to 0, so what is this? Negative 3x is equal to negative 4, so what is x? 4 over 3, yes. All right. Good. Okay. Now what? You have to replace first by equal sign, right? Yeah, you need to do it all the time because before we could solve, we always have to replace the inequality sign by, yes. So same for all by, I forgot the by. Replace the inequality sign by an equal sign. Always, all the time, for any inequalities. Yeah. So we have 4x over negative 3x plus 4 is equal to 6. We don't have to subtract. We're just going to solve it. Yeah. Okay. So now, how are we going to solve it? You say multiply both sides by negative 3x plus 4. Okay. All right. So these cancel. So 4x is negative 18x plus 24. All right. So now what do? We bring the negative 18x to the other side. So what do we have? 22x is equal to 24. Yes. So what is x? 24 over 22, which is 12 over 11. All right. Oh, by the way, I forget, for 4/3, is it closed or open? Are you sleepy? Open. Why is it open? Yes. Excluded. Yes. All right. Good. Now, 4/3 is approximately 1.33, right? What about the 12 over 11? This is approximately what? What is 12 divided by 11? 12 divided by 11 is, I put 12 divided by 1. Divided by 11, 1.09. So you know when you graph, which one's bigger? 4/3 is bigger? Okay, so when you graph 4/3, open or close? Open. 4/3 is bigger, so it's to the right. And 12 over 11, open or close? Close. All right. So how many intervals do we have? 3 also. All right. So do we know the graph or do we need to use the intervals? Intervals. Yes. So intervals. F point, and then there is a question. Is 4x over negative 3x plus 4 greater than or equal to 6? So that's the question that we want to answer. So there are 3 intervals. All right, which one is your favorite number? 0, yes. So where is 0 located? Okay, so I'm going to put 0 here. 0 is in the interval 1. Yeah. All right. So what is the question? What is 4 times 0? Oh, 0 greater than or equal to 6. That's my question. No? Okay. Nope, yes, nope. Okay, so interval 1 is no. Can I use shortcut? Yeah, can use shortcut. So this is no. Then the next one will be, yeah, the next one will be, huh? No, right? because they alternate. So what is my solution here? Bracket 12 over 11, comma, 4/3 bracket. That's it. We're done. Okay. Is it clear now? Okay. So that's it. That's 11.9. Yeah. Huh? This is 11.9. Yes. Chapter 12 is logarithm and exponent. Yeah, it is. Okay, so let's look at the sample test. Or do you want to go to 12.5? Okay, so which one should we go over? So Frank, you think you can answer your question? Yeah? Okay. So let's look at the sample test now. Which one do you want to go over? I only did 13 to 15. So which ones would you like to go over? I think number 21, 22, 23, or 20, 19, 20? Yes. Can you get your sample test? Do you have it? Oh, good. Okay, which ones do you have questions on? Frank, which one? 5? Okay. Yay. All right. So, sample test chapter 11. So hopefully tomorrow you will do well, okay? Yeah, and there will be graphing, you know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you need to be able to do all problems here. So, number 5, this is using the quadratic formula. So 2x squared plus 8x plus 5 equals to 0 using quadratic formula. And do you remember completing the squares? Yeah. So if I need to use quadratic formula, what is the formula? X is equal to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, well, I mean, half singing, but I just want you to remember it's all over 2a, so I don't want to see something like this. See? Then that's why you have to sing all over 2a, right? Okay, that's why the song is invented, so you remember. Okay? Yeah. All right, or whatever your tune you want to do, whatever, or maybe do a rap on quadratic formula. Maybe extra credit. How do you do a rap on quadratic formula? Okay. Anyway, do we know what is negative b? Negative 8 plus or minus square root of b squared, 64 minus 4 times 2 times 5, divided by 2 times 2. So remember, it's all over 2a. Yeah. All right. So negative 8 plus or minus square root of, what is this? 64 minus 40. So what is 64 minus 40? 24 divided by 4. Yeah. Now, can we simplify square root of 24? Yes, it is 4 times 6. Yes. Do you still remember how to do it? Because we always use it. Yeah. So x is negative 8 plus or minus 2 square root of 6 divided by 4. Can we simplify? Divide by 2. Yes. Divide these by 2. Divide the 2 by 2. Divide the 8 by 2. So x is equal to negative 4 plus or minus square root of 6 over 2. Yes, that's it. So this is good. Yeah. And what about number 3? This is the completing the square. So this is using the quadratic formula. And this is using the completing the squares. Okay. So we have p squared plus 5p minus 5 is equal to 0. Then how do we complete the squares on these? Do you remember? You bring where? The 5 to the other side? Yes. So you have to isolate the constant. All right. Then what? Yes, you're adding. And then you set up the binomial. What are you adding here? B over 2 squared. So 5 divided by 2 and then squared. What is 5 divided by 2 and then squared? 5 over 2 squared, that will be 25 over 4. All right. Right? So 5 over 2 squared. Now, what about this? P plus, what about the binomial? P plus what? 5 over 2 squared. And what is 5 plus 25 over 5? 4. Can we find LCD? What is the LCD? What is the LCD? What is the LCD? 4? Okay. So this is times 4, this is times 4. 5 times 4 is 20. This is 25. Yes. So P plus 5 over 2 squared is equal to 45 over 4. What am I going to do next? This is a perfect square, so we could take square root of both sides. When we take square root, what happens? Plus or minus, yes. So P plus 5 over 2 is equal to plus or minus square root of 45 divided by 2. So the square root of 4 is 2. Can I simplify square root of 45? Yeah, what is it? 9 times 5, yeah. Oh, I'm waiting for questions, actually. Well, let me finish this, then I'll wait for your question, okay? So P plus 5 over 2 is equal to plus or minus 3 square root of 5 over 2. So what is P? Negative 5 over 2 plus or minus 3 square root of 5 over 2. Yes. So how many solutions do I have? 2, yeah. Okay, now I'm waiting for questions. Oh, really? Am I looking for a different one? Oh, am I looking for a different sample test? Huh. Uh-oh, so I'm looking at the different sample test, huh? Okay, so yeah, I actually have it, but let me see what. But you guys remember how to do completing the squares?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking at the different sample tests, I guess. I'm so sorry. Okay, let me see. Collection PDF. Math 125. Okay, I have to log into, hold on. I have to log into, yeah, I am so sorry. You guys are like, what am I doing, right? Hold on. Hold on. Where is this? Wi-Fi is elect faculty. Let me see. Oh, I have to log in. Hold on. So yes, you do have your sample test, and no, I don't have my sample test, right? So you guys are more prepared than me. I am so sorry. Okay, now I'm logged in. I could look at my Siswanto. All right, so 125 sites. Okay, sample test. All right, so chapter 11. Oh, number 5. You want to do number 5. Oh my gosh, sorry. Number 5. Oh, okay. Yes. So how come you didn't tell me? So 13, 14, 15, that's not from here either, right? Okay, well, whatever. Okay, I'm so sorry. Yes. So the number of tickets sold each day for an upcoming performance of Handel's Messiah is given by N of X. Oh, this is the real sample test number 5. Number 5. Yes. N of X is equal to, what is this? Negative 0.4x squared plus 9x plus 11. Right? And let's see. When will the daily ticket sales peak and how many tickets will be sold that day? So X is the number of days and N of X is the number of tickets. Alright. Oh, so this is what you guys were looking at. Yeah. Okay, so if it says peak, what does it mean? I'm trying to find max. Okay, then let's see. Can I find the max? Where is the maximum? Yes, so this is, if you graph, this is a what? A parabola. Open up or open down? Yes. Where is the maximum? Yes. Right. So our goal is to find the vertex, which is the maximum, maximize. Oh, I have to write down. So our goal is to maximize N of X. Right? So then the vertex, how do I find the vertex? X is equal to negative b over 2a. So what's negative b over 2a? Negative 9 divided by 2 times negative 0.4. Yes. So what is this? 9 divided by negative 0.8. So 9 divided by 0.8, is it? So 11.25. Okay, so this is X, which is 11.25. What is X again? Yeah, X is the number of days. So is that the question? When will daily ticket sales peak and how many tickets will be sold that day? So how do I find the number of tickets that day? So N of, so Y is equal to N of 11.25. So what would that be? Negative 0.4 times 11.25 squared plus 9 times 11.25 plus 11. So what is this? So negative 0.4 times 11.25 squared plus 9 times 11.25 plus 11. So what was my answer? 61.625. Yes. So how would you answer the question? The number of days is what? 11.25. So, or you could say approximately 12 days. Yeah. Or 11 days, it doesn't matter. And how about the number of tickets? Approximately 61.625. Or approximately 62 tickets. Yes? Okay, yeah. No, I just square it. No, I just square it. I didn't do any rounding. Why, you didn't get the same answer? No, it is negative 0.4. Did you have negative 0.4 times 11.25 squared? So I was just calculating them on one shot. Do you want to show me your calculator here?
No, I squared 11.25 and then I times it by 0.4.
By negative 0.4.
So when you square 11.25.
So when I square 11.25, no, we don't do any rounding. So it is 126.5625, and then you're going to multiply by negative 0.4, right? So that's going to give you negative 60.625 plus 9. So I didn't even write the 60 plus 9 times 11.25. And then plus 11. Yeah, no, we don't do any rounding in the middle. Yeah, we don't do any rounding in the middle. Yeah. Okay, so now what else? Let's see here. Sample pass. Oh, this is meant to 60. Okay, so open in iBook. Okay. What else? That's it? There's no other word problems? Oh, because I have some word problems, which is, yeah, but I was asking more questions on the word problems. There is remember we talked about, before I left, we talked about the distance, rate times time, equals to rate times time. So you got to go over that, right? So I think I'm going to ask you the distance. So problem, the distance problem. And then the other one, did we talk about the work problem? So yeah, we did. Yeah, problems involving work. You know, I think we were talking about, what is it? This pipe and that pipe. It takes problems involving work. Last time we talked about pipe, right? I think we have those. I think the larger pipe takes 2 hours less than, remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, pipe problem. So this is from 11.4. I can't remember the section, actually. And what about, how do you find, I also talked about the maximum minimum, didn't I?
Yeah.
What is the maximum or minimum of two numbers whose product is this one? Do you remember that? Yeah, so I did talk about that. So maximum, minimum problem. I don't remember what section they are. Do you want me to check and tell you? Okay, so because there are two sections from the what problem. One is, okay, let me check, okay. Let me see. Collection, linear algebra, okay, 11. Let me check the 11. So this is from 11.4, the distance. Problem involving work is also from 11.4. And then the maximum minimum is 11.8, yes. And do you remember we also talked about let x equals, let u equals to something? Yeah, so I'm going to have a lot of questions, let u equals to something. Yeah, so that is from 11.5. So you're going to say let u equals to something. So you need to You need to review these sections, right? And also what? Graphing? Does everybody know how to graph? And graphing. So the major points are this. And then there are, of course, smaller, minor ones. Just say, solve for a variable. Yeah, so those, yeah. So graphing, this is major. So what I wrote here are the major ones. But also some minor one is solving for a variable, and that is from, let me see, I think that's from 11.4. Okay. Now, this is, you have chapter 11 test and then one more test, chapter 12. And if we have time, we will have chapter 13 test. Yeah. But next week is Thanksgiving, right? Gobble, gobble. Yes. It is next week already. Yes. Yes. Oh, my pre-cal is in trouble. I don't think they will finish. Yeah. So next week is Thanksgiving, and when's your final? Your final is coming.
Hooray!
Hooray! Your final, I can't remember. I put it on your syllabus, but I don't remember. Yeah, it's December, the second week of December. Yeah, so it's the second week of December. Yeah. All right. So it's coming. Okay, so we have 3 minutes. Do you want to go over something else? No? You're good? You're going to do well tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, then I believe you. Yeah. So make sure to discuss to talk about, to review this. And today I did 11.9, right?
Yeah.
And also completing the squares and quadratic formula. Those things for sure are going to be there. Okay? All right. Okay, guys, good luck tomorrow. So we have SI next, don't we? Okay. All right. So have a good one. I will see you tomorrow. Yeah? Okay, so we're done reviewing 11.9 and sample test chapter 11. Tomorrow we will have a test.